And we are back with a top tier list for Disney's Pixar movies. That's how it's going. So the first one up is A Bug's Life, which was a 3D CGI movie back in the day. I don't remember much about the plot, but I remember that I enjoyed it. The only other thing that I remember about it is that I remember going to Incredible Corruption with my dad back in the day, and the game was installed on one of the computers, and that was really fun.
I am a beautiful butterfly.
And that bit, yeah. That was bended all the laws of biology, but okay, with that caterpillar. Mm-hmm. But it was fun.
Especially when he sprouted his wings.
Teeny tiny wings.
Yeah. It was like, okay,
Physics
we can't let this character be any other thing. We don't know how to envision it as a butterfly, so we just give it the same thing, but with tiny wings.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? What tier does A Bug's Life get into?
I'd say C.
Me personally, I would have to agree with Kez and say C.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, just from the way I described it, the plot wasn't memorable.
No, I don't. I'm trying to remember it, and I'm drawing blank.
I have no idea how this thing goes. Like, were they up against like Ants or something? But Ants was like a different movie.
They were up against.
Ants was a different thing.
No, that's still. Was it the? No, that's still Ants. I was thinking I was like the wasps and the.
I can remember the plot to Ants, and that's the only thing my brain is like.
Yeah, I was.
The only thing my brain has access to is ants.
Yeah, weren't they grasshoppers?
That's ants.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yes, that's what I mean. They were they were grasshoppers, but that was in ants.
But that was an ants, though.
I think he was trying to find some sort of. He was an inventor of some sorts. That much I do remember. Or was that also ants?
You know what?
I don't know.
This just shows
you that they competed. Disney and Pixar competed with each other, and one clearly outbeat the other.
Oh, this was all I remember is this is the circus bug one, where they had the circus bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's all I remember.
They were trying to defend.
That's all I remember. I don't remember anything else.
Yeah,
I think with that,
so C I think is a good place for it.
The C is probably good enough. Let's go on to Brave.
I gave that straight up F. I didn't like it.
I also don't like it.
I don't remember much about Brave. Actually, I can't remember if I've seen it or not.
So I do remember the story for Brave. It's where the chick on the screen and her mom were fighting, and they end in an argument, and the mom's soul goes into a bear, and then the daughter has to protect the bear, the mom bear, from the hunters and all of that. And they basically like learn to live together and get along and stuff like that. It wasn't great. It was kind of like almost a Freaky Friday kind of thing, but in cartoon version, sort of. But it wasn't that great.
Yeah, I hated it. I thought it was stupid, so that's why I popped it in F.
Yeah, going with F. For me, just not memorable.
I haven't seen any of the Cars movies, so I can't.
The Cars trilogies. Were there 3 of them? I didn't even realize
there were 3. Yes.
Is this one actually Cars 1?
One of them is.
I wouldn't know which one. It's either the first or the third one.
I think the first one is the desert. No, the third. That one there. Not that one. The third one from that one. That one there. I think is the first one, as far as I remember. And the second one is... No, that's the third one from what I can read here. Yeah, and the second one is the other one. That one there.
I haven't seen any of them, so I can't.
Oh wait, no, I lied. The second one is the one. Oh god, the second one is not the one with the cars on the screen. Or not the 2 cars. Sorry, the second one is the 2. The second one is not the 2 cars. The second one's got that stupid dump truck or pickup truck thing with the 2 front teeth. That one. That's the 2, yeah. So you were right. It's the
he's the dude's best friend. I remember that.
Yeah. That much I do know as well.
Zip saw the first one.
The second one as well.
The second one as well. Never saw the third one.
I don't know this one at all. This car doesn't seem familiar to me. I mean, Cars, it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. It's I think one of those stories where it's like, okay, the guy starts off like a superstar and then has to go like back to like grassroots level and like train up again, if I remember.
Yeah.
And I think there were some funny moments, although I don't remember much. All I remember is like the old school like NASCAR guy, like giving him advice and training him and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of like a very cliche classic trope,
Yeah.
but in car form. But I think like these movies just feel like they're just for children. I don't feel like it had much like adult like overtones as well that you usually get with these movies. What do you guys think?
I'm inclined to agree with you. It's definitely wasn't a great movie. It wasn't bad though, but it wasn't a great movie. Yeah, I'd give it a C. To be honest, I thought it was great, but good, but not great.
All right, but not great.
All right, but not.
I can't rank them. I've never seen them.
Alright, so we're doing one of 3. I don't remember much from 2 and haven't seen 3.
I think you just put 2 in there, by the way.
Oh yeah.
2 I popped in F because I didn't like it at all. I thought it was also a stupid movie. And 3 I haven't seen, so I couldn't give you an idea of what's going on.
Yeah. Sounds about right. I can't remember if I've seen 2, so I feel a bit bad putting it F, but judging from like the first one like wasn't top tier, and sequels
the second one just dropped.
Pixar movies don't tend to be as good as the first one.
Yeah, and then obviously the third one came out and it was like, oh well, no one watched that.
Yeah. Probably just like
so
the
we can't even rate
toddlers
it.
on daytime TV watched it. Was it made directly for DVD? It looks like it's made directly for DVD.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Coco, so I can't rate that one either.
Same here. Yusuf, did you watch Coco? I doubt
No, didn't see Coco. Never seen it.
Coco, the premise seems interesting. It's one of those more recent movies, and it's difficult to watch the more recent stuff because one, you're not a kid anymore, and 2, like these days the quality of these movies is not as good. Like you get some gems every couple of years, but I think what's happening now is like they just think of an idea and they just like kind of cobble it together and like get a bunch of like celebrities to voice it. Which, I mean, celebrity actors, like live action actors, I don't think that they're exceptionally good at voice acting. Like, that's a different skill.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they're a bit lower quality these days.
Yeah. I mean, you need like Troy Baker and like Nolan North to be able to show them how you're supposed to voice act, because those guys are good at what they do.
Yeah, I mean they are top tier when it comes to video games, but I mean there's other actors as well that probably deserve.
Yeah, there are. I just don't know them.
Yeah, that's the thing with voice actors. Like that's why they have the celebrities in there for the draw, which is part of part of the whole like Hollywood thing. So I can't really fault them for that, but I mean recent movies, like I can't think of much.
No.
Next is Finding Nemo. They've got Dory here first. I think that's alphabetical.
Yeah, it's alphabetical.
But Finding Nemo for me is a top tier film.
I'd say
In
S.
fact, you don't get much better than Finding Nemo.
I didn't pop it in S. I don't pop anything in S because I don't believe any movie is perfect, so I'll never put anything in S.
S doesn't mean perfect.
S means that you really, really liked it, and I really, really like Finding Nemo.
Yeah, but I don't like these kinds of movies that often. You know that I'm not an animated kind of Disney happy feel.
So you are rating them compared to every other movie and not like compared to Pixar.
No, I rate it as in it's a kid's movie and it makes you feel like you're a kid in the movie. Yeah. So, and I've never liked these kinds of movies as much as other people did. I'm not saying I didn't like them, it's just I didn't like them as much as
you liked Finding Nemo quite a bit.
Yes, that's why I put it in.
Yes, that's why I put it in A. Because it was good. But I don't rate them. Yeah. Unfortunately, because I say A because I'm not a... Look, I will never put any movie, even real movies, I'll never put them in S. You've got to find that perfect movie. Wait, there's one I will put there, Fight Club. That belongs in S.
Like not Lord of the Rings.
That would belong in S.
Like not any of the Lord of the
Rings.
Rings.
Lord of the Rings had its issues though. That's why I put it in A, because it did have its issues. If you want to rate it like that. But definitely Fight Club because that.
But we're doing like Pixar movies.
That's true, but I'm just getting a sense of Zif's ranking policy here.
I'd say he would put Incredibles or Monsters on the S one because those were two of his favorites.
Nope.
Oh well. Finding Dory, I'd say is an A. I didn't like it that much.
I didn't like it at all.
So actually, didn't get around to watching Finding Dory.
It's not.
I put it in C.
I'd say B.
Yeah, medium. Put it. Find a happy medium. Put it in B.
Let's go with B. I'll take you guys' word on it. Despite loving Finding Nemo so much, one of my top tier movies, and being a marine biologist as well, Finding Nemo is the best, but Finding Dory I think came around too late.
Yeah, they took too long
to grab my attention.
That's what everyone said as well. Yeah, it's true.
Well, there were all those memes where it was Finding Nemo and everyone is kids watch it. Finding Nemo, everyone's kids in the cinema, and then Finding Dory, they're all grown-ups. That's how long they took to release.
Yeah, they have kids now. Yeah. I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. It's I just don't watch movies anymore. Like even on Netflix. I only watch YouTube and series. I don't watch movies. So it's weird to get new stuff. But Finding Dory, I'll get to it eventually. I suppose I'll probably sit for a whole day and just watch a bunch of movies to try and catch up. Inside Out, I have seen.
I haven't.
And I did like. I did like Inside Out a bit. Both of you haven't seen
it? Haven't seen Inside Out and haven't seen Luca.
Luca I haven't seen as well. Inside Out, I'm going to put it as a C, but just because you guys haven't seen it. But I think it's a good story about...
Yeah, we can't score
about a person's... You don't want to score it?
No, I said we can't score it.
No, you can.
You can. Put it on the C.
Yeah. It's a good story about human emotions and how certain ones can take over. And the emotions are in humanoid form. And they're trying they argue with each other as to whether to be happy or sad or angry at any given moment. And it's interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Monsters Inc. How do you guys feel about that?
I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It gave me a few laughs when I watched it. I did quite enjoy it, so I'd put that on the A list in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you guys? Also
yeah.
A. I don't mind giving it an A, but I feel the Monsters franchise is a bit overrated. That's how I feel.
No,
I don't find it as enjoyable.
Monsters Inc. was fine. Monsters University was
not so
fun.
Yeah. And there was a series, right?
I don't
think so. I think there was.
Or am I just thinking about Monsters University? I think there was a series.
I say Monsters University goes to F.
Straight to F. Wow.
Nah, I put it on D. I mean, it wasn't. I got a few laughs out of it. I actually did get a few laughs out of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. It really wasn't the best movie I've seen ever out of the Pixar movies.
Yeah.
But you know, if is putting it like I hated it, like I hated Brave, and I didn't really hate it like I hated Brave. I hated it.
Wasn't Monsters University a lot like the Goofy movie? Or at least like some parts of Goof Troop.
That's what I thought as well.
That's what I thought as well.
It's I mean it's monsters, but in university. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, who?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, like I said, I got a few laughs out of it, but I don't. It wasn't a good movie. It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't my favorite kind of. Oh, sorry. Wasn't my favorite kind of movie. So
Yeah, I don't know how that got greenlit. Like,
they went to Netflix first.
did they go straight to Netflix with that?
Yeah, no, they went to
Interesting.
Netflix.
Yeah, no, they went to Netflix, and Netflix greenlit it because you know Netflix greenlights everything.
Yeah.
No, it was a
Yes.
movie. It was in cinema, I'm sure.
Angel, I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being sarcastic.
Never mind me then.
Netflix greenlights everything. Onward, we all haven't seen, right?
Yep.
No. I don't even think I want to see it, to be honest. But okay.
It
looked stupid.
It doesn't look interesting at
No,
all.
it
No, it
doesn't.
looked so stupid.
No, it looked so stupid.
It looks like a made-for-DVD movie, actually.
Yeah.
Ratatouille.
I didn't
think-
like
I
it.
can't rate.
Oh, voice.
Oh, jeez, I'm getting static. Is that for me?
It was Kez. My God, my mic kept muting.
Oh, gee.
Should be fine now.
Ratatouille, like the concept was very interesting.
Yeah, I'm
and
this one.
I
haven't seen
remember
it, so-
the first bit of it, but I don't remember much about like the second half of the movie. I thought it was good, but not like amazing.
I don't remember
What do
it
you
at
guys
all.
think?
You said you loved it.
You said you loved it.
I don't like that movie. I know it's a mouse in a kitchen and he makes
Yeah.
food, but that's all I remember.
Yeah,
I didn't see it, so
it's-
I
it's
can't see
a
that.
rat that was born with a taste for food and combining
Yeah,
them
because
together.
everyone wants to catch the plague, you know?
Yeah. And then he found.
Here,
he
have
finds
my
this,
pasta and catch some
He
plague.
finds this chef guy and he like controls him like a Megazord or like a Gundam with his hair, which is it's funny.
Like an Eva.
I'll give it that. And then he turns the guy into like a good chef, and then like a critique comes by and critiques the thing, and at the end the critique was like, "Oh, this ratatouille tastes like like my mother's, and I'm back home," and that's how it ends.
This ratatouille tastes strangely like the Black Plague.
Like rat. Jesus.
I'd say D or
As
F.
Not a fan of rats in the kitchen ever.
I am not a fan of rats in the kitchen ever. I'm also not a fan of people who make rats out to be like your mouses and all that stuff. They ruin shit. They break things. They chew through cables. They fuck your shit up. Rats and mice are not good things to have in your house.
Rabbits
If your
as
cat
well.
wants to kill it, let it get rid of that
Jeez.
fucking.
Anyway.
That's how I am.
There is a difference between like a rat, like a pest rat, and a pet rat.
Yes, I know there is. There's a big difference between the two. Pet rats are actually intelligent. Pests are not. Those are just
Those
disgusting
who want
freaking
your
vermin.
cat to chow. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're vermin.
In that case, I think.
Anyway, enough of my wanting to kill the ratatouille.
Yeah. I think this either goes into C or D.
I'd say D.
Yeah. 'Cause
If Kez can't remember it after
Yeah,
watching it,
yeah.
you gotta. It can't be that good.
Yeah. I'm remembering more about it now, but the thing is, like, it's still not amazing. Like, it's okay. It's like,
Yeah, and it's unhygienic.
Shush you.
yeah. So
I have
can't get past the concept. He's like, this concept is nonsense.
I'm sorry, I can't. It's disgusting. That is just so unhygienic.
Yeah. Soul
Haven't
is
seen
not
it.
something I've seen yet. Yeah.
I haven't seen it
Also,
either.
haven't
I'm
seen The
interested
Good
in it.
Dinosaur.
Yeah. That's an actually really old movie, right? It's not recent.
I have no idea.
Is it their first one?
No, I thought that was Bug's Life. Wasn't Bug's Life their first movie?
Maybe. Probably. And then we get to Incredibles.
So it's been made clear that we haven't seen the second Incredibles.
Intensely.
Intensely. Their first movie was Toy
I
Story.
just moved it. That makes sense. Yeah,
Actually, yeah, that does.
that makes a lot of sense.
It's like the whole innovation.
It's like the whole innovation.
Incredibles,
I liked
really good
Incredibles.
movie.
As did I.
I'd say
As
it's,
did I.
I'd say it's top tier. I would give it that.
I give it an A only because I don't go as high as S, as you guys know. I give it an A.
So in other words,
Here's
put
what
it
did
on
you
an
get?
S.
I don't count S. I'm sorry. That block there shouldn't even be there. That's like
Then A becomes
it's
S.
9 out of
then.
10.
A becomes S.
Yeah, I know.
In Zip's world, A becomes S.
It is essentially because everything for me is 9. I don't go higher than 9 because nothing is perfect.
Oh
It's just
jeez.
how I feel.
Standing on principle, the last percent.
I always do.
Incredibles 2. Incredibles is just a fun like superhero movie.
I think they took too long with the Incredibles.
I'm
2
pretty
one
sure
as well.
we've seen it, but apparently we haven't.
I
So
really don't think.
I really don't think we have. I don't remember anything about
I
The
feel like
Incredibles
I've
2.
seen it, but I don't remember
I
any
also
of the plot.
feel like I've seen it. That's why I feel like we've seen it, but I don't remember it.
And I'm
And
telling
I'm telling you that we haven't. I would remember the plot for it if we did.
Are there any new characters? No.
Unless it was that shit a movie, but I don't remember. It can't have been that bad.
What happens in the second one? In the first one, they like retired and then they come back, right? And it's the Cape dude who is the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Second one, I don't know who's the bad guy, how it starts, how it ends. So it's either I didn't see it
Yeah.
or it's not memorable at all.
Maybe Incredibles was the first one was just so good that people like think that they saw the second one.
And it did also take like 10 years, right, to get the second one out.
Yeah, again, they took too long to actually release the movie, so it probably didn't get that much viewership either because of the fact that it took
Yeah,
too
we
damn long
haven't
to
seen
make
it.
the
I
movie.
just looked at the plot now and like briefly scanned through it. We haven't seen it, and it came out in 2018.
Jeez, 2 years ago. I suppose it'll go to my ever deepening and ever abyssal to-do list, but yeah, it's not that high on the to-do list or to the watch list. So are we putting it on
You'll not
seen?
believe this. 14 years. That's how long it took them to release number 2. 14 years.
Why bother in that case? Like, why bother?
Exactly. You know, you've just wasted 14 years. You wasted a damn good opportunity to make a sequel, and you've gone and done it 14 years later.
Yeah,
No one's going to watch that now.
no.
No, it's
Why
like
don't
us
you
where
make it
you
like a
feel like
series
you watched
instead?
it, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The thing is, like, you want to watch it because you're such a fan of the first one. You would think that you would make more of an effort to go watch the second one, but you don't really because you don't give a damn anymore. Really.
You're too old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they haven't even grown up, so what's the point? You know, it's like 14 years, you'd think that the characters would have grown up and had lives of their own because no one decided to make another movie.
Yeah. I think I might have been more tempted if, the kids had grown up and they were like the superheroes of the time, and the other two were like retiring. or
Yeah.
whatever.
That would make
That
more
would be more-
sense.
That would have made a more compelling story for adults, but for children, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll get to it at some point. But what about? I think this is a similar. It's going to be a similar story with the Toy Story series. Toy Story 1, the first out of the gate, the classic amongst classics. Toy
It was
Story.
definitely a classic.
Toy Story is almost Lion King levels of classic. Almost.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I would say it definitely belongs in A from my side because it was actually a really well-made movie back in 1995, and I was still a kid when that movie came out, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, so it's definitely it's the nostalgia. Firstly, is there when you watch it. You can actually just feel the nostalgia, but also it aged well. I mean, you watch it today, it's still good. It holds up. You know, so in my opinion, it's a classic. That is definitely a classic movie, and deserves to stay in the
I'd
higher
say
tiers,
AO
definitely.
is.
Okay, we'll move it to S then. I'm ignoring Zip's policies on that tier.
Ignore them. It's fine. It's my policy, not yours. So.
No, I get what you're saying though. I also have that policy for some things. I have that policy when it comes to like marking undergrad scripts.
You will never be perfect.
You'll never be
There's
perfect.
always something to improve.
It's impossible. I was never perfect.
Exactly.
So you can't be perfect either.
And neither will you be. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Toy Story, for the time that it came out, it was revolutionary. It was something that had not happened before. And it did put Pixar on the map and gave them quite a bit of...
It definitely did, yeah.
Were they part of Disney at the point? I don't think so. There was a
No.
separate team.
At that point, they were their own company,
Yeah.
and Disney started getting jealous. So they started making animated movies as well. And you know how Disney is. They just, suck everything up into their corporate crap and then turn it into that
Corpo shit that they've
crappy
done.
corporate shit that they've done.
Yeah.
I hate Disney. I'm sorry. I despise
Our
Disney.
next list should be Disney things.
Everything will be fucking F. Don't even bother with me. Everything will be F.
No, man. There's good Disney movies.
Everything will be F.
Well,
I
I mean, I
hate
can only
Disney.
really speak for the Lion King. I don't know about the rest of them. Everything else might be an F. But Lion
Everything
King
will be F.
Lion King's
Even the
S
Lion
tier.
King.
You
No
like
ways.
The Lion King, I'm
No
sorry.
ways.
Everything
No,
will be
you
F.
like
Even the
it.
Lion King.
No.
As much as I liked it.
No ways. If you talk about the live action, I'm with you, but not the original.
Well, yeah, okay, the live action definitely... No, that doesn't even deserve a number, you know?
Yeah.
It deserves to rot away in whatever crappy thing it grew out of.
Yeah.
It just deserves to rot.
Okay, Toy Story 2, which I don't necessarily... Okay, I think I do remember the plot.
I don't
That's with
remember.
the prospector, right?
Oh yes, that's
That's when he meets
That was the Prospector one.
the other characters.
right,
in
like the
his,
wind
like,
bullseye.
universe. Yeah.
Not my favorite. Definitely didn't need a sequel. I don't believe Toy Story
I
needed a
don't
sequel.
think Toy Story needed 4 movies. Point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hence the reason why I said didn't need a sequel.
Yeah.
So I put it down to C because it was all right, but it wasn't great.
I mean, I'm inclined to give it a B.
Yeah,
just
it
because
wasn't that
it's
bad.
probably better than a lot of these.
It's better. Yeah, I'd say a B as well.
I don't know. I think it sits up there. with
No,
Cars, to be
it's
honest.
better than Cars. Sorry, I actually sat through this one. It's better than Cars.
Yeah, it's better than Cars. Yeah. The Buzz Lightyear cartoon is better than this though. I would put the Buzz Lightyear cartoon.
I've never
at
seen
A.
it. Oh wait, I did. I saw 1 or 2 episodes.
I think-
It was actually better. You're
I
right.
think it was good. It was better than these
Yeah.
following movies.
Toy Story 3 can go to C.
Crap.
The Toy Story 3 is the one with the evil kid,
The preschool.
Right? The preschool.
No, preschool.
The evil teddy bear.
They end
evil
up
teddy bear.
at the preschool because they get gifted to the school as toys for the kids and stuff, and then the teddy bear tries to destroy them because he's jealous or something, and then at the end they all become happy and friends and ugh,
It was a shit movie.
It sounds terrible.
it really wasn't great.
I know
Yeah.
I've seen it. Was there like a furnace in there at some point?
Yes, actually.
I don't remember.
At the end.
Yeah.
Oh
so
yes,
what are
he
we
wanted
saying?
to
D.
burn them. Yes, that's
C.
what it was.
I plopped it into
I
D.
plopped it into D.
I was like,
Yeah.
nope,
Plopped
didn't
it
like
straight
it.
into D. I was like, nope, didn't like it. It goes to D.
Like they didn't need to be more Toy Story. That's the thing. Like
Yeah, the first one was
Second one
fine.
was okay. That should have been
it's
it.
either that, or they made like they had, or they would have had totally different like toys in like a different part of the world.
Yeah.
That might have been interesting. But like the same toys 4 times, like who who is this for? Because all the kids would have grown up by the time these ones came out, especially 4.
Toy Story 4, we were grown up.
Yeah.
Because that came out recently.
We watched it here in the UK.
Is it? How was it?
Because we had Disney Plus for a short time.
I don't think I've seen Toy Story 4.
And then we realized that Disney Plus sucks, so we actually cancelled it.
Is it? We don't even have access to Disney Plus.
It's not even
It's
worth it.
no.
It really isn't.
It's worth it for the old movies. So like if you like the old, in my case, like the old Cinderellas and the Snow Whites and Princess Fox and the Hound and Robin Hood and the animated ones.
Watching that. You're not watching that all the time though.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's good. Like maybe, like having it over like a December or like during like a holiday times. So like maybe like 2 months out of the year. But having running like constantly, I don't think it's that worth it.
No, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Kez would probably say the same about Amazon Prime, except for the fact that I actually watch Amazon Prime while I play games, so that doesn't count.
Prime has so little like options, so little content.
Yeah. No, well, I've got my NCIS, which is why I have it basically.
Yeah, I suppose NCIS is pretty good.
Some other good
They used to have
There's
some
some other
good
good
stuff on.
But I don't think that's available in South Africa. Like the South African availability list is short. Like
Yeah, I've seen that. It's
every
really tiny.
time I get Amazon Prime, like there'll be like one series that I really, really, really want to watch, and then after that's done, there might be 1 or 2 other things to watch, and then there's nothing. And then like you're sitting there with 3 weeks left in your subscription, and you're not going to open this app ever again. It's just nothing.
Yeah, exactly. No, the thing is, it's turned into the whole, streaming platforms are now just basically DSTV on the internet.
Yeah,
essentially.
That's the thing. Cable is becoming like cable again.
Let's move on. Otherwise, we're going to make this way too long
That's
again.
This whole other story. So Toy Story 4
F.
level.
F,
Exactly.
straight up F.
F.
F,
It was
straight up
bad.
F.
There was a freaking toy
it was
made out of a
fucking
spork. Like a proper spork. And it was called Sporky.
And do you know...
Oh.
And do you know how easy it was to sell that? Do you know how easy it was to sell that in the UK? All they had to do was take a spork and stick eyes on it.
Yeah.
And stick some... literally, dude, I'm telling you, it took no imagination for them to make the toys. Because if you look at the toys that are here, they're like, oh, look, you can buy a spork. A sporky toy from Toy Story 4. It's an actual Disney Disney toy. It's like...
Yeah.
It sells for like
I'm
200
not
rand.
What?
Yeah, I'm not spending £20 on a freaking kid's toy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On a spork. I'll buy a spork and do it myself.
Yeah. Just get a spork and a Sharpie, a permanent marker, and then you sort it.
Not even.
You can have a whole family of sporks for like $50.
Man, what are those things? Pipe cleaners. They use pipe cleaners for the mouth, and I think it was black dots for the eyes. Oh no, it was googly eyes. And then pipe cleaners for the arms and the mouth, and that was it.
Okay, so $60 maybe.
Extremely good. Yeah. Extremely good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not inclined to worry about ever watching Toy Story 4. I think it's
not
right
worth
at the
it.
bottom of my watch list.
Yeah.
Something that is really good and on the up and up is Up, which is
I liked it. I did think it was a good movie.
probably one of the best openings to a Disney Pixar animated movie. The rest of the movie, so. The concept really interesting and very. It's probably one of those things we all think about as kids. Is like, what if you could like tie a billion balloons to your house? Like, what will happen?
Yeah, and just fly away.
Just fly away to Brazil somehow.
Or put something on your pet so that they can talk and you can understand them. That was pretty cool.
That's also good. Doug is one of the best characters.
Doug the dog. Oh, shit! Just knocked my mic again.
And it does, yeah. They got the golden retriever energy on him so hard. It was so funny.
Hi, Mark.
I love you. Yeah, so
Scroll!
up for me is S tier. I would guess for Ziff it's A tier. Kez, what are you thinking?
Actually, I'll put it in B.
B.
It was good.
It was good.
I put it in
enjoyed
A.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, but same as you though. The concept was great. The idea behind it was great, but the beginning was what actually sold me for the movie. The rest of the movie was basically I'd call it par.
Let's find a happy medium and put it in A.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, A sounds good.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm inclined to agree with you that the opening is so like iconic, but the rest of it's a fun time. But it's
it is exactly.
Like I said, interesting concept, but I don't remember like the main antagonist. I know he ends up in Brazil, and there's a dude that's like, I think like collecting animals or something.
He was a Boy Scout.
No, he was a Boy Scout.
No, the bad guy.
Oh, the
No,
bad
the bad guy.
Yeah.
No, the bad guy. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
And I also totally forgot about the boy character.
But he'd be the antagonist, not the protagonist.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the opening does keep you going to watch the rest of the movie, but it's not anything like groundbreaking.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we get to Wall E,
S.
Yeah,
which is
I know. Yeah, I knew Kez is going straight for S on that.
Wally.
Wally. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's really good how they managed to do the first bit of the movie without like any like dialogue whatsoever.
Yeah, that was clever as well.
And
I do agree.
when you get the revelation as to like what's going on, like that's really cool. I don't remember any of what happened once they hit the ship though, and the people. Anything after that?
I've watched it enough to know exactly.
The people were on floaty chairs and they were stuck in the floaty chairs on the ship, and
I
Wally
remember
and
that
Eve,
part. Yeah.
So Eve had the plant inside of her, and then she shut down, and then the AI of the ship saw the plant and then tried to destroy the plant because the AI was told to stay in space because the Earth was destroyed and they can't go back. So that it was basically Wally and Eve versus the ship's AI to try and put the plant in the little hole where it was supposed to go so that the ship can go back to Earth, and then everyone makes their way home. We've watched it a lot.
Kids really.
I really like it.
Really loves it.
I think I've only seen it once, maybe twice. But yeah, when you spell it out, I do remember all of the bits now. It's good, but I wouldn't consider it S tier. I don't think. For one, like,
Neither do I.
why is it good that the humans need to come back anyway? Like, they're just gonna destroy the planet anyway, and they're also coming back like all being like so incompetent because everything is like done for them and like being wheeled around and stuff. I don't think it's very realistic in that sense.
Yeah, if humanity had wiped itself out and it was just him as a robot on the planet, and computers had or they'd managed to build a whole civilization of robots up in space, it would have made more sense. But now I didn't mind the human aspect behind it because you've got to have some sort of connection with it, I suppose, especially as it's a kids movie. There's got to be some sort of connection to it. Me personally, I didn't hate the movie. I thought it was quite good as well. I did enjoy it, but it definitely wasn't S class for me. I would say I'd put it as a B, so you're A essentially.
Yeah, I think that despite how good the lack of dialogue was in the first bit, I think it does kind of retract in giving us like a narrative experience, because you kind of a bit lost, and I think the opening also drags out for a while before actually getting to like the meat of the story, and like the rest of it I don't feel is that compelling. I don't feel is that realistic. Like, I don't think we would just became like Quarians all of a sudden. Like, we probably would have tried like terraforming Mars.
I don't even think they were Quarians. The whole thing is Quarians could walk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like we turned to a very shit version of Quarians.
The shittiest of.
Yeah, I mean the movie is still probably better than Mass Effect Andromeda, but it was like on the same type of energy here. Like Kez, like what's your like which bits are the ones that make you feel like this is top tier?
It's the non-talking parts, the robots and Wally, and how he actually survived on Earth by himself, and the connections that he made to the things. Like he used to find all the bits and bobs of things that people left behind, and like the light bulb and the tape of the people. I think it's Singing in the Rain. I don't know if it's Singing in the Rain, but that movie that he watches, and he takes the dustbin and he tries to dance to it, and he's just a little sad robot looking for love, which makes you want to connect with him, which is kind of cute. And I like the little cricket that he has as a friend as well. It's the non-people parts that make me like it so much.
See, that's why she likes me so much, because I'm a non-person. I'm something else, and I make her laugh like Wally makes her laugh by doing stupid things with.
I mean, our robot vacuum's name is Mole. Mole is the little dude that runs around the ship chasing after Wally, trying to clean him.
You keep trying to tell her.
Oh.
Keep trying to tell her that it's
Well,
Mo and not Mo.
I don't care. It's the name of the cute little robot that tries to clean him.
It's close enough. Yeah, I mean, in that case, I think the mean is A, right? Or is it B? I'm inclined to give it an A.
I'd say A.
Just because it is an iconic movie, and there are good memes that came out of it. But yeah, like Kez, you only like half of the movie. Then the other half is like so. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, I like Wally as a character, and I like Ava as the character. But yeah, the movie and the plot, I think, is so. But yeah, A still is fitting for it, I think.
It is.
And that's...
Some of these robot names are really funny. There's Burn E. Okay. PRT. You know the makeup one? It's called PRT, or Pretty. PRT. There's Steward Bots. They're just called Steward Bots. And then there's obviously Mo, which is M-O, M-O, literally. There's Ivan. Okay, so you give all these other ones like code names, and then that one's just called Ivan. Hi, my name's Ivan the Robot.
I'm Ivan. Okay. Alright, so
anyway,
we should get through all of them. I think all this ranking has taught me is that my memory is bloody terrible. Because I can't remember half of the plots.
Taught you're an old man.
It's been 84 years since I've watched.
It's been 84 years. I don't remember.
Yeah, but some of these are like super iconic and will be part of my.
Some are super cringeworthy.
Some are, yeah. And the thing is, I think. Like I don't know whether I want to admit it, but I think this time of my life has passed because I haven't watched any of the more recent ones. And
I have to agree with you there.
Yeah, I think and after even though, Toy like, Story, some of them, we're done.
Yes.
Yeah, we watched Toy Story 4 and it was like, oh god, that was horrible. Yeah. Kill me now.
I think some of them are written to also appeal like to adults, so like the adults can also like sit and get something out of it. But I think that there's just so much media available now for adults that's just so good that I don't know why you would waste your time watching these if you didn't have children. Like,
yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good media out there.
Yeah. So I think if you're like single or not having children, I think Pixar may be in your past, sadly, unless you're still a big fan.
Yeah.
But for me, I think, I might be leaving it behind. Although the most recent one I watched was Inside Out, and I did like it. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure like that there are probably much more like available than this. Actually, I think this is missing a few. And in the genre, there's probably 10 times more. But
Yeah, probably.
I'm not inclined to watch anything animated that's a movie. Do these things even hold up? Like, would you be able to watch Toy Story again?
We watched it
watched
last
it again
year.
recently.
Is it? And like,
Yeah,
did
just
the
after
visuals hold
before
up?
we closed
Like, was
our-
it nice to look at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it still holds up, dude. It's still, it actually is still a good movie. It definitely holds up when it comes to you know, an animated movie. You know, it is basically like The Lion King. You know, it holds up just right. You know, as much as Disney decided, we're gonna live action every movie we ever did because we think it's a clever idea. And then they lose like a huge chunk of their audience because people don't want to watch a live action fucking Lion King. I mean, really?
Okay. Any closing thoughts on this tier list? I think we did a good job here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I have a closing thought.
What's that?
Brave, Cars 2, and Toy Story 4 fucking suck.
Don't watch the new Toy Stories. It'll destroy the old ones.
Yeah, I suppose. Kez turned into a character from Wall-E all of a sudden.
She did indeed.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fun list to make, but I think it's one of those things where we missed a lot now because we're just not paying attention to it.
We're all
grown up. Yeah. But do you guys have any ideas for future tiers out of this?
Not right now.
No, I don't.
No, this doesn't give me much new ideas.
We'd have to figure something out.
Okay.
We'd have to figure something out.
Well, why don't you guys let everybody know where they can find your stuff before we punch out?
That's Kez's job.
Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, BitChute, TikTok, and Glimesh.
As the SA Geeks.
Yes.
Just
The Scottish
Just look for the little
Geeks.
purple sun.
Yeah, you can find me at geekoscopy.com. Otherwise, stay tuned and cheers.